What is up, you guys? It's your boy Xander here, back with another video. Welcome, for those of you who are new to the channel. Hi, my name is Xander, and on this channel we get into all things everything. I talk about pop culture, I talk about hot topics, important stuff, I do music reviews, all types of everything, and pretty much anything my subscribers ask me to talk about. Today we're going to talk about Shane Dawson.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack! Damn, this is some scary shit!
Now, Mr. Shane, 32 looking 67-year-old Dawson, has been in the media the last week or two or three or four for some of the foul, disgusting, horrible, despicable stuff that he has said. So he also released an apology video last week, a 20-minute video, basically trying to explain why he does a lot of the horribly shitty things that he does. And so, I felt, let me get on here and just throw my 2 cents in there. Shane Dawson, for those of you who do not know, is probably one of the most veteran YouTubers out there. He started his channel at like 20, about 10 or so years ago, maybe longer than that ago, and he's been one of the most prolific YouTubers to hit the platform. Shane Dawson has been in the media for, racism, sexism, xenophobia, pedophilia, all types of different things. And the latest thing that I saw, in regards to him trending was the sexualization of Willow Smith. So there's a video out there that I'm not going to put on my channel for the sake of, not having pedophiles on my channel, of him simulating masturbation to an 11-year-old picture of Willow Smith. Security! 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 She was 11 at the time. And to Shane, I guess that was a joke worthy of filming and putting online. And so he released an apology about it, and it really just didn't sit with me well. So I want to get into it. Shane Dawson has made some of the most hateful, rude, stereotypical, prejudice, racist jokes of anyone that I've ever seen.
Ew, this is gonna be the nastiest cum face thing ever.
Almost as nasty as the black girl's hair on the back of the box.
Oh.
I told them, Shauna, I really want her to have a channel, and she has a lot of fans, and she doesn't know what she's doing, she doesn't know how to make a video, she's black, she doesn't even know how to, she just slaps her keyboard. So they want to doll ass faces. Beyonce's kid, he looks like he's 48 and works at a bank. Like, no thank you, Ivy, I'm good, I don't need the savings account. What? Ooh. What? Trayvon Martin. Well, maybe you wouldn't been walking around the streets if you had a job. Oh! It's a game! Oh!
This guy was 20, 21, 22 through 25, calling, black women monkeys, the N-word. There's videos which he's talking about how black people wouldn't know how to do anything but tap on keys, talking about how ugly a black woman's hair is, all types of different things like that. And what bothers me is the fact that he felt that those were things to joke about. Now, a lot of people like to say, oh, well, they're kids, they don't know any better. Shane Dawson was over 20. This is a grown-ass man. This was a grown-ass man that were making these jokes at the expense of black people, and that is absolutely unacceptable. When I talk about some of the vile stuff that Shane's done, I don't take it lightly. Like calling black women ugly, calling them the N-word, making jokes about black people, basically building your fan base off of stereotypes and off of racist comments. There's no way you didn't know what you were doing. You did know what you were doing and you didn't care, and that's really what pisses me off. And then not only that, in his apology video, he talks about how sorry he was, and how, he was abused and things like that. Basically just providing a bunch of different reasons as to why he made the jokes that he made. Let me explain to you why that makes no sense. He opened his apology video by saying that Jenna Marbles inspired him to make a serious apology video because in his opinion, the apology videos that he made before were essentially shit. I'm glad you realized that, Shane, because we've known that all along. He said that Jenna's video was the universe's way of confirming that he should do another one. What I got from that is the millions of people that have been telling you for years that your racist, sexist comments were not okay, your pedophiliac comments were not okay. Those people telling you that was not enough. That wasn't a sign from the universe, but another YouTuber, you know, owning up to her mistakes and deciding to come off YouTube, something you did not decide to do, was a sign. That is why I think the apology is bullcrap. Because if the millions of people telling you for years that your apologies weren't, you know, good enough and that the jokes that you made were not okay, if those weren't a sign from the universe that you needed to, you know, apologize the right way, then nothing would be. It's crazy to me that another white YouTuber getting on YouTube and making an apology video was what it took for you to feel that it was time to make a real apology video that was acceptable to you. Because what that tells me is the various apology videos that you made in the past, you knew were not acceptable, and you did them because you were scared, which you even stated in your apology video. You did it because you were scared that you got caught. Absolutely unacceptable, because you were scared you would be canceled. Ridiculous. There is no sincerity behind that. Racism isn't a joke. Those prejudices that you built your empire off of, or your following off of, are struggles that black people deal with every day. Those things that you say and those racist comments and remarks that you make are the same types of issues and struggles that we deal with every day. We deal with, you know, the horrible comments about black men, the horrible comments about black women, people telling us that our hair is not good enough, that our skin color is not good enough. In this country and in the world, black people have been criminalized and demonized. And the fact that you thought at 20 plus years old that it was okay, knowing full well this isn't 1960, this is in the 2000s, knowing full well the gravity of what you were saying, you chose to build your empire and your following off of the expense and the jokes of black people. Unacceptable. Absolutely not. Sexualizing children is not a joke. It's not funny. I hate that you tried to sweep it under the rug of, oh, it's just comedy. Sexualizing an 11-year-old girl, not comedy. Using words to defend, you know, pedophilia and joking about how it's acceptable and you don't understand that, why it's wrong, unacceptable. Some things are just not funny. And a grown-ass man making those comments just doesn't sit right with me. And a grown-ass man saying that you were 32 years old and you coming on here saying that, oh, well, another YouTuber inspired me to do this. It's insincere. Because what that tells me is had Jenna not owned up, you know, to her mistakes, you would still be, you know, pocketing, you know, residuals off of those videos with those racist, stereotypical remarks. And that is absolutely ridiculous. And I do want to say that for any of you fans of Shane and subscribers, you hit my comment section, believe me, I have all the time in the world. I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm on lockdown. So if you come for me when I didn't sin for you, you will be checked accordingly. Okay? It's really hard for me to believe that your apology is sincere when you only did it because someone else did it and you were waiting from a sign from the universe to do it, even though you stated and you knew that the shit that you were saying was wrong, that the jokes that you were making were horrible, that the apologies that you filmed, the several over the years that you filmed, were unacceptable, yet you kept doing them and then you kept ignoring it. And then for you to say that you understand now, you know, that trying to dissociate from those issues is not okay, and when people would tag you in regards to the racist remarks and stuff that you made, removing the tags and things like that, you claimed that you understand, you know, that it's not okay to try to dissociate from that person and to own up to it. But what I find so hilarious is that Jaden Smith and Jada, Willow's brother and mother, you know, reached out, you know, commented on Twitter, and not once did you apologize, not once did you address it, not once did you apologize to Willow, her mother, or her brother. You didn't say anything. But the minute that Tati got on YouTube and made a YouTube video, the first thing you did, less than an hour of that video being posted, you got on Instagram Live to have a meltdown and defend yourself.
God, okay. I'm live because I can't even process. I need a drink of water. I fucking can't process this. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This woman is a fucking, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to wait till as many people get in here as possible because I'm losing my mind. Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
I didn't know I was making a video. So how is it that so many editorial outlets knew that something was coming before I had...
Because you message drama channels! Oh my god. Oh my god.
I struggled with the decision
Oh my
to
god.
film my video for days. The night before I did film...
That is why I do not believe that you're sincere. Because let me tell you something. If you were really sincere, if you were really about owning up to it, you would have apologized to Willow, you would have addressed Jaden, and you would have addressed Jada. You would have said something to them. You wouldn't have just ignored it and then not hesitated to get on Instagram Live to address whatever Tati was saying in her video. That, to me, bullshit. That means that, you know, your apology is very performative, and the only reason that you're really doing it is, one, because someone else inspired you to, and two, because people are finally, I don't know what's taking so long, but they're finally coming to realize just how shitty of a person you are. You claim to be, you know, changed and different, but just there are clips just last year of your little video with fellow racist Jeffree Star joking about being canceled and joking about, you know, trending for a lot of the horrible things that you said. People that are really changed don't joke about that, edit it, film it, edit it, and then put it online and then make a profit off of it. In your video, you talk about how you were trauma and stressed and all this stuff when you were younger. Trauma, depression, stress, while those are all horrible things to go through, there are plenty of people who deal with trauma and who are stressed and who are depressed and aren't racist pedophiles. There are plenty of people who, you know, experience hard lives that don't get online and feel the need to down black people, make racist jokes, make stereotypical jokes, make prejudice jokes. You chose to film these things, edit these things, and then put these online. And then, despite all of the backlash that you got, a lot of the horrible comments and jokes that you made were still online. You were still making residuals off of those. You were still profiting off of that stuff. So it's really hard to feel that this apology is sincere when, I mean, your actions speak different. You claim that you can't wait to show us with your actions that you're different, but you just got on Instagram and posted on your animals page. A cat posted this long little thing about yourself on your cat's page, probably because you didn't feel like defending yourself on your own page. That, to me, performative, ridiculous. You are a 32-year-old man and you were talking about Blue Ivy. You called her a man, said she looked about 40. Absolutely ridiculous. And this wasn't 10 years ago like those other videos. This was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when you were well into your 20s, on the road to 30, on the road up through your 40s. So what I don't understand is how you can claim that you're changed, but you think it's acceptable to talk about a young child that way. As someone who's bullied, as someone who, you know, whose appearance was talked about, you would think that you would know just a little bit better than that. It's not like you were some immature 10-year-old, 15-year-old. You were a grown-ass 20-year-old man who felt that it was completely acceptable to film and edit and upload a video talking about a little black girl. I don't know what it is about black women that disgust you so much or why they bother you so much, but the fact that there are so many examples of you trying to shit on black women, their skin color, their hair, their brains, black people in general, it needs to go. There's too many examples of it out there. There's too many, and it's not like in your apology video, you make it seem as if when you were filming these videos, everybody was saying it was okay. When the fact of the matter is, back in 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all those years, there were people voicing their concerns and voicing the fact that it should not have been done. Black and white people were telling you this, and yet you chose to ignore those people to please your fan base. Like I said, this apology is very performative. You knew full well what the hell you were doing. You were not some immature, young child. You were a grown-ass man on the road to 30 doing and saying things that are completely and totally unacceptable. You did it because your racist fan base felt like it was funny. You did it because you wanted to. You did it in spite of all of the people telling you that it was unacceptable. I'm so sick of creators who, you know, say racist things and then consistently associate with racist people. You know, I'm tired of them coming out and saying, oh, I'm so sorry, when really what they mean is, you know, you guys need to really get over this. It was a long time ago and I've changed. That's really what you mean. You don't mean that you're sorry. because you couldn't have changed so much if you still associate yourself with, you know, racist people, racist YouTubers. You know who I'm talking about. You still associate with racists, you still promote them. Your entire brand is basically, you know, problematic white YouTubers who've said horrible, awful, and done horrible and awful things. Your brand is going to bat and defending them, just like you did with Jeffree Star, just like you did with Tana. So for you to be so changed, you spend a lot of time defending these racist, problematic YouTubers. You are who you surround yourself with. And so for you to try to take Jenna Marbles' sincere apology as a cue for you to post your bullshit performative apology, that's a problem. If you really want to prove that you're a changed man and that you're sorry and that you've grown, promote black creators. Put some of that money that you have, that wealth that you've amassed off the expense of black people and racism and prejudice, put that back into the black community. If you really want to help, promote black influencers. Help black influencers. You know, donate to black causes, black funds that help black influencers and black influencers on the channel, on the platform. Go to YouTube and tell them to diversify their content. If you really want to help black people, then do things like that. Don't get on here and post some performative bullcrap apology video that is not sincere at all because the universe told you to. Don't do that. If you let your actions speak, like you said you want your actions to speak, then let's get on that. Let's diversify your channel. Let's donate to Black Lives Matter. Let's advocate for black people. That's what you do if you want to prove that you are changed. Stop associating with racists, with racist people. Stop defending problematic white YouTubers who have constantly and consistently offended the black people. That's what you do if you really want to change. That's how you do that. So that's all I pretty much got to say about it. But I'm sick of these problematic, racist, prejudiced, horrible people, you know, being exposed, and then people are like, oh, cancel culture is bad. Cancel culture, say what you will, cancel culture gets rid of toxic people, and that's what needs to happen. I am so happy that YouTube decided to demonetize all 3 of those channels, because the fact of the matter is you built those channels off of the expense of black people and sexualizing children, and there's no excuse for those kinds of things. There's no excuse for xenophobic comments. There's no excuse for racism, for prejudice, for sexualizing children. There's no excuse for that. And your 20-minute video was basically a long, drawn-out, failed explanation as to why you did those things with little to no real substance. And that's what I got to say on it. So, peace.